The House Committee on Higher Education, chaired by Congressman Roman Romulo, will conduct hearings to exercise its oversight functions to review the full implementation of the K-12 curriculum program next year. Tonight, we're joined by Congressman Roman Romulo to inform our people if the Department of Education is ready for its major reform in education for the country. Good evening, sir, and welcome to Newsline.
Hi, good evening, and thank you for inviting us here.
Now, sir, what is the coverage of the hearing to review the full implementation of the K-12 program?
Well, as you stated, ang committee namin, higher education. So siguro yung panguna talaga, what we will be leading with is the effect on our faculty in our colleges. We want to know kung ready na ba ang government with its alternatives, just in case ma-displace nga ang ating mga college professors.
Now, how do we ensure that there's a smooth transition from the current system to the K-12 system?
Well, first, government must be able to address yung situation ng mga college professors that will be displaced. In order that it will be smooth, siguraduhin natin na may alternatives tayong maibibigay sa mga temporarily displaced na professors. Example, right now there's a pending bill that we filed na kung saan ay sinasabi natin sa national government during this interim, in 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years, na walang masyadong estudyante ang papasok ng kolehiyo, ay siguraduhin natin na ma-offer natin itong mga affected college professors and faculty ng pagkakataon naman na makapag-aral sila ng masters and doctoral degrees. At ang sasagot nito ay ang national government. Siguro pagka yun, na sigurado natin na may pondo, sigurado natin na acceptable po ito, ay siguro mas masisigurado natin na smooth yung transition sa pag-implement next year ng K-12.
How about with regards to the textbooks, sir, the transition from the old and the new one for the K-12?
Well, that's a good question because that is one of the questions that we plan also for DepEd to provide us an answer. Alam natin, recently, nagkaroon ng issue. Di ba, mayroong aligasyon na may isang textbook na napakaraming errors.
Yes.
Of course, nagpaliwanag ang DepEd tungkol doon, pero ang concern po natin, next year, pag nag-implement talaga ng DepEd ng K-12, panibagong level po ito. It's a new grade, grade 11. So, ibig sabihin, new subjects rin po ito. Ibig sabihin po, bago ang mga textbook. So, gusto natin malaman sa DepEd kung naayos na po ba nila ang proseso sa pagpili ng mga textbooks at yung pag-check ng mga textbooks na ito para masigurado natin na error-free yung textbooks para sa senior high school.
So, with regards naman, sir, with the classrooms, do we have enough classrooms for the students this year? Did the government build enough classrooms?
Well, I think it's being discussed openly anyway. Last year talaga nag-underspending. In fact, based on the budget allocated for DepEd last year, dapat nakapagtayo sila ng 43,000 classrooms. Pero alam natin na umabot lang sila mga 7,000 lang. Napakakonti. So ngayon, ina-assure tayo ng DepEd na sisiguraduhin naman nila na maabot po nila yung target nila, which is more or less, at least for senior high school, an additional 28 to 29,000 classrooms. So, pero yun po, i-monitor natin. Kasi yun pa lang ang sinabi nila, pero hindi pa nagagawa.
So that will be implemented in the next...
Right now, our understanding is they have funds have been released, and so far they have started the bidding and construction of this of some of the school classrooms.
Now, sir, with regards to the K-12, we know this is a even for the teachers. It's one of the important questions that's being asked is, are our teachers ready to teach the students the K-12 program?
Yes, in fact, ang paliwanag sa atin dyan ng DepEd, mag-uumpisa pa lang sila mag-accept ng applications itong last quarter of this year. And teacher training will begin sometime first or second quarter next year. So yun nga ang tinatanong natin sa DepEd, kung sapat na ba yung panahon na yon. Kasi bagong subjects ito. Pero ang sabi naman sa atin ng DepEd, inihikayat po nila na yung mga ibang college professors na nagtuturo na ng ibang subjects na ito, sana makalipat sa DepEd para sila na magturo ng subjects na ito. Ang pangalawa na pagkukunan nila ng mga bagong teachers ay yung mga practitioners na mismo. yung mga professionals already na gamay na nila itong subject matters na ito at hopefully mahikayat rin nila na makakapagturo. And of course, yung mga bagong teachers natin.
Now, how will K-12 actually help the students now in terms of future, in terms of the education and yung future na makakuha sila ng trabaho pagka-graduate nila?
Well, ang ginawa kasi dito ng DepEd para dito sa K-12, sa totoo lang, curriculum At yung pagbabago ng curriculum, hindi lamang sa senior high school. Inumpisahan nila yan from yung basic elementary. Doon pa lamang meron ng mga pagbabago. Para masigurado lang na yung mga estudyante natin, yung mga Pilipinong estudyante, ay properly trained at pag lumabas sila ng senior high school, ay handa sila sa iba-ibang mga skills at knowledge na kinakailangan para makapagtrabaho sila, makakope sila sa susunod na mga gagawin nila.
So nakakaroon ba ng pagpupulong with the business sectors, with the private sector, pati sa mga public schools with regards to yung pag-aaralan sa K-12 and in terms of job matching? So what we teach the students in school right now with K-12, and when they graduate, will they have actually a matching job for them in the country?
Well, that is the hope of the K-12 program. Pero in fairness, I think last May, pumasok sa isang kasunduan ang DepEd at ang PCCI. At dito, para pag-usapan po yung mga courses sa TechVoc track nila na tingin nila may pangangailangan or may industriya dun sa locality kung saan i-offer yung mga VocTech track na yun.
And also an important thing that you mentioned a while ago with regards to UniFast, which was passed in the BICAM. Now, how does this fit to help the students and the families, and how does this also tie in sa K-12 program?
Yes. Kasi kung titingnan natin yung mga datos ngayon, every year, annually, we graduate about 1.4 to 1.6 million high school graduates. Pero ang pumapasok lang ng colleges natin, more or less 700,000. Kalahati ang pumapasok lang. Ang tingin po namin, kaya nangyayari ito, kasi ang elementary natin, ang high school, meron free public elementary and free public high schools. Pero pagdating sa kolehiyo, kahit yung mga state universities and colleges natin, may tuition fee yan. Kaya itong UniFast po, naisip po namin na ipapasa. Dahil dito po, pinapalawak po natin yung mga grants in aid, yung mga scholarships na pwede pong i-avail ng ating mga Pilipinong kabataan na pupunta from high school to college para masigurado po na makapasok sila ng kolehiyo at makapagtapos sila ng kolehiyo.
Sir, paano ngayon, finally, paano ngayon masisigurado ng your committee na yung implementation ng K-12 ay magiging smooth and for our students to actually get the better education and the teachers to have the proper education themselves para maituro ang K-12 sa ating mga mag-aaral?
Well, katulad ng ginagawa po namin nung unang beses na nagkaroon kami ng oversight hanggang sa mga susunod na meetings at yung mga darating pa, pino-point out po natin sa DepEd dito mga areas of concern katulad yung classroom shortage, yung sa textbook, yung sa teacher training, teacher hiring, at yung mga mangyayari po dito sa ating mga faculty sa college. Yun, constantly po hanggang hindi tayo masatisfy DepEd kung ano yung mga contingency plans nila dito, ay hindi naman po kami titigil para masigurado lang natin na mapaghandaan nila itong K-12.
Okay, on that note, thank you very much for joining us here tonight at News Live. That was Congressman Roman Romulo, the chairman of the House Committee on Higher Education. Thank you.
Thank you.